Wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of.
Hello there.
Maiyegun awamo, amo dododo. Maiyegun today, oh.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. Yes. Maiyegun is live. Share the broadcast. Okay. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Maiyegun is live. Not just that. Yeah, my friends on the Facebook, most of the time, you are unable to share the broadcast, you are unable to like or even comment. You are only lucky enough to be able to view. So you can go onto my YouTube channel and subscribe. It's easier there. People have told me. And yeah, the picture quality is quite kind of a classy there too. Share the broadcast. This is the part. Yes.
Lórí Facebook.
Well. I bet many of you followed the court appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's counsels, his lawyers. Today, the application they denied them last month when they hurriedly, adjourned the court while his lawyers were locked out of the courts. However, the emergency appearance they called for today did not go without its usual drama. State-sponsored, criminals going after everyone who came in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, including Omoyele Sowore. The day started like every other normal day. The application that the IPOB leader, the lawyers to IPOB leader, the application they brought was that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should, if this case is to be treated as it should be, DSS custody is not an holding cell. It is not a prison. It is in fact holding cell, like all these police stations and all what have you. That then limited the access of his own legal counsel on this case, which gave total control and everything to the DSS. So they wanted him to be moved to the proper prison where they can then process the application for his bail, begin the argument for his bail. So that was what they denied them the last time. So when they called them back today, they still rejected the application, unfortunately. So the application of moving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the DSS detention, where people believe that they are doing a lot of things to him, right? Because of the limited access and the kind of people they are also giving access to go and see him for their own political reasons. So all these suspicions made people request that it should be, if a court says it should be remanded, it should be in a proper prison where people can actually, you get to know who goes in or who comes out and what they have to do and who gave the authorization and what have you. So the court rejected it. The court said, well, the only thing among those complaints brought by his lawyers, including his welfare, his health care, medical care, and what have you. So the court said, well, if the way they are taking care of him is unacceptable, then that should be improved upon. He should be allowed to practice his own belief, religious belief, and what have you. He should be allowed, to change his clothes as well, and he should be allowed the choice of medical attention he can get, or medical access he will be able to get access to, so to say. So they gave that as the icing, but they rejected the transfer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the Kuje prison, where his legal team believe is safer than the custody of the DSS, pretty much unlawful DSS that has, contravened many of the laws in that same country. So that's apart. Immediately people were coming out of the courts. The government-sponsored terrorists who are not carrying weapons, other than the mortar stones and what have you, they came after Omoyele Sowore outside the court. And it was so obvious. Yeah? I'll take you through some of them. You see, another part of this conversation tonight is the update on this Mr. Walk Alone of Lagos. What he said a year ago, what he is saying now, and why some of us will not be surprised when you will see thousands of their likes who are also ready to walk the shame on the denied death of the same innocent people. That could be any of them anyway. So the parents of those who got killed during the NSAS protest, especially at Lekki Toll Gate, they staged a protest in Lagos today. Since Lagos state government has denied that nobody died, that it was all assumption, the same panel they set up, they denied the panel and they rejected the panel's report. The same panel, they set up the members that they picked themselves. They rejected it. And there is nothing like white paper in any of Nigerian law, by the way, right? So wherever, if a government put together a panel, if a panel submits their report, yeah, the only thing that can, deny that report or probably water down that report will be to go to court and stop the government from implementing the resolution of that panel. That's the only thing that can stop that. Not a white paper by the fraudulent government hiding things. Well, many people are not really surprised, by the way. Ambode, people said Ambode warned us. Ambode warned Una. Nobody said Ambode was better. Ambode himself was a product of the same godfatherism that brought Sanwoolu. But you see what Sanwoolu is doing right now is called walk of shame. People who have no shame. But guess what? The LASU, the student of LASU, the administration of LASU, they've already accepted to work with Sanwoolu on denying the death of those who died and those who they killed during the NSAS. But let's go to Abuja, where it all started this morning. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial and the reaction afterward. First, the lawyers.
Okay, so if you just watch us, this is not a BBC Pidgin live broadcast from inside the court. We did court 2, where Nnamdi Kanu lawyers them don't land. So we're going to talk to one of the lawyers to tell us exactly what we're going to expect from court today and what they will do for court today. Good morning, Oga lawyer, Ejimako. Basically, now don't come court this morning. Waiting go happen for court today. Waiting be the expectation for court today.
Challenging subject to the decision of the judge, there could be other things that will happen. But we don't expect that the trial will go full blast today. So I think it's what we can call it preliminary hearing. These applications or pre-trial applications will be taken. Hopefully they will be decided today.
Okay, so plenty to read on the waka say they feel release Nnamdi Kanu today. You don't talk say that in a day premature, but tell Nigerians where they watch you, waiting exactly, waiting that won't mean. Now true say then go release Nnamdi Kanu today. Okay.
As to whether Nnamdi will be released today, we are not prophets, we don't know. For the court, we say whether all we want is, of course, we want him released, but the ultimate decision belongs to the court. Yes. It is for the court to determine whether our applications is suitable enough or powerful enough or convincing enough to bring about this release. But we are all hoping and praying. Yes. That we have serious hope. Yes.
Okay, so recently we know say
yes, that was early in the court. So their application and every other application, including application challenging the jurisdiction of the court and all of that were rejected. The prominent among them is how to move Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the hands of this lawless DSS to a better, kind of a better organized or documented facility where you can know who is going in and when. You know what I mean now? However, when the court finally decided, outside the court where Barrister Ejiofor also spoke, right? This.
She said she don't get time, but later added one more day. Say make it be 18, 19, and 20. No problem. But some matter where they serious, where they never address them. We see where we say fundamental rights, where the man supposed to. Constitution say make person pray to God, and constitutional right. Maybe something where DSS will go back. They tell her, say they do his prayer as God is supposed to worship his God. And now handle them well. He said let you pray. Forgive strong order. So maybe they allow him make it pray. Maybe they give him material where they pray. Because now Jewish religion. As they talk that one, they talk about say we don't allow him see sunlight. Almost 23-24 hours. Put down 14 by 2 cell where no get space. Now fundamental right and constitution will give them that one. The one where pay me so say as they take material, they go give them for court. Where you go use to defend himself. They don't allow him make it that. Say constitution talk say if a see they accused, he go get all the facility and all the material with which he go defend himself. If you allow make you read the court paper, if you allow make you make note for his client, how the trial will be fair. You see this man where they here, they tie in hand. You know, say justice. Now, if the balance doesn't, we give them the material, I get to where you go use the friends. So mainly, this fundamental issue.
Okay, so one of the organs where represent Nnamdi Kanu, one of the issues where you raise be saying in fundamental right, but the court also don't give orders, say make this fundamental right, make them adhere to them. Basically, for many Nigerians, young audience, where won't know waiting happen for court today. I did court, but waiting, you they satisfied with the order where it gives them, make them take care of them for them, make them give them water, make it bath, make them change in clothes, make them ensure say chop where all those orders. How you check them?
At least that's the most important thing that we should go out from the country, and also the fact that the gate has been abridged for hearing of the motion challenging the of the court. And so, apart from that, the court also made it up for them to change the room where he's in the camp. So, and also allow the medical expert to visit him, and they also examine him too. Because he has complained to the court about his threatening medical.
So all that and all denied, they said they have now adjourned the case to January 2022, 18th, 19th, or 20th. So that's the adjournment. So everybody walked out of the court. As Showore was walking out of the court, there were these thugs waiting for him. And no joke, it was a free-for-all. That even the DSS, the usual DSS that were always present in the court, they just let everything flow. Let me show you that quickly.
Go. Yeah, we should just be at you can see them. Wait. Back.
That was the Showore's friends, everyone around who gave them a chase. Do you want to see the face of those guys, Gongo? Yeah? Let me see if I can get that up. 1 sec.
They just attacked Showore.
No, set up.
I know. They just attacked Showore now. Federal High Court Abuja. Let go ahead. Set up.
No, set up.
No, make una no go. Una get bola. Make una no go. They attack Showore now. They just attack Showore in front of Federal High Court. Stop. They go around. They Fulani herdsmen. They make Showore attack now. Just now. Then people are going to make a contract for them. We go tell us we be able.
I broke all my cards for attending
I have to say something.
Nnamdi Kanu's trial in Abuja. The thugs, Oceans, mobilized by the DSS. They've always done this each time they see me within the court premises. And I've confirmed from...
call one of the guys?
Yeah, confirmed from court security that that's what they do. Each time they hear I'll be in court. To mobilize these guys to attack me personally and hurt me. So this is what they did to my car today. You can see all the scratches of stoning with dangerous objects. This is that's what the Nigerian state is like. But the struggle continues. There's nothing they can do about this. The struggle must continue.
Maybe I should just say, may God just continue to protect Shore. We have no idea where these barbarians, where this personal hatred is coming from. But you see, when they gave them a chase, that's the part I like. People didn't run for them. They decided to go after them. And that's the part.
Straight, go right. You'll follow the
Go. Yeah, we should just be at you can see them. Wait. Back. Get this thing down! Move back! Hey, move back! Hey! Move back! Look at the bastard! Look at the people they sent to come and attack Omo Yole Showore. To tell you how incompetent this government has become. To tell you the level of stupidity. We will catch one of them. Wait, we will catch one of them. Their father. We will catch one of them. Look at all of them. Stay now, stay now. Stay. And they watch. This is the level of stupidness. This is how send thugs to come and attack Omo Yole Showore. The government sent thugs to come and attack Omo Yole Showore. Pull out. Hold on. Thugs, okay, come down now. Thugs send thugs. The government sent thugs to come and attack Omo Yole Showore. An idea. They are bastards. Look at all of them. Okay, I'm gonna follow these boys. Okay, I'm gonna follow them. We'll catch one of them. Hey, hurry.
Henry, Henry, hey, Henry, 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 hey, hey. Hey, Allah Jesu. Allah Jesu. Allah, 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 pull out. Allah, 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 Allah. The government sent talks. The government sent talks to come and attack Omoyele Sowore. Look at it live in Secretariat. You not see police. Allah, let's go. Pull out. Pull out. They said the government sent us to come out.
Nigeria should be ashamed of themselves. Look at who brought them by the theater authorities to attack Sowore. You come to the federal high court and you tell me that the one, in fact, this is Arab nonsense. Shame on the
Buhari is a bastard.
Shame on
Buhari is a bastard.
Shame.
You cannot send talks on us. A very senseless bastard.
Send talks. The second time sending talks. The federal high court. Baba won't come on. The next time they was like that. It looks like we were not prepared, but we were prepared for them. The next time they try it, it will be like this.
Look at police. Look at police. None of them are anywhere to be found. Look at all of them. Look at police. All of them are nowhere to be found. All of them are nowhere to be found. They don't know. Look at police. None of them are anywhere to be found. Look at DSS. Look at all of them. They're motherfuckers. They sent talk to attack Omoyele Sowore. Look at all of them. Look at all of them. Look at all of them. Look at all of them.
No, don't say film. But there is something, the reason why I decided to play that stretch of video. On social media, yeah, you will see people telling you, don't do anything with, we don't want to have anything to do with Omoyele Sowore. Sowore is not this and all of that. But off social media, even Sowore's consistency and integrity has won the hearts of so many Biafrans themselves that every time Sowore appears in court, oh boy, they have people they pay specially to just go and attack him. But did you notice something in that clip? That first, people pushed back. But at some point, everybody joined, including everybody who would normally, you will see on social media, you say, oh, we are Biafrans, we don't trust Sowore. That is where Nigeria is getting to. Nigeria will get to that stage whereby people will be united to what? To push back the agents of government that are unleashing this violence left, right, and center. You will no longer have to care about Biafra alone. You will begin to be interested in caring for the Oduduwans too. You will not just be interested in Oduduwa nation. You will begin to care for that those Hausas that they are murdering, those people in northern Nigeria that they are extinguishing and all of that. By the time you realize that we all have the same enemy, the same system, rigged enough for us to continue to destroy ourselves. Once we have that bond, you will realize that people will be unstoppable. Look at those thugs. Do you see how they pick race? They have the audacity. They had the confidence, the courage that they would never be touched. And they came to the premises of the Federal High Court at the country's capital, Abuja. Did you see the environment? That's Abuja. Did you see all the environment here? That's the center of the Federal High Court in Abuja, Nigeria. The Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. They came to the heart of the Abuja to attack people who came to court. People who came to attend trumped-up charges brought by a failed government. and they have no fear that they will be arrested or identified or going to jail for coming to commit crime at the premises of courts. They have no fear. But do you see when people decided to go after them, did they not run? Yes, see. So, social media is not completely really out there. That is the picture I wanted you to see. The picture of people coming together, right? Whenever they believe, people now believe that an injury to one is an injury to all, an injustice to one and is an injustice to all, an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. People will begin to feel like that. People who can no longer be separated by tribe, religion, and every other nuances that they have been using. That is what I wanted you to see in that video. That is the future, and it is near, closer than you can imagine. Biafrans, the Yorubas, the Hausas, the Fulanis. I'm not talking about those terrorists they are bringing from Sahel. You have Fulani in Nigeria, Abi. They have been there since 1807. It's a long story. Some of you know the story, right? But you see, these ones they are telling us are from Niger, Chad, Mali, and all these places committing this terrorism in Nigeria that Nigeria is giving cover to. Once the Fulanis themselves begin to say, hey, this is not about Fulani, this is about terrorism. Nobody should say it's about Fulani. Once we begin to see that, by the time we push back, you will be shocked at what can happen. I won't go drink tea because after this, I won't give you updates on Adeyinka Grandiot. Yeah, as we will possibly continue to ask that they should tamper justice with mercy. Okay, I'll give you an update, but I won't drink tea just for a minute. Now, if you are watching me on YouTube and you're actually here right now using your own device, while I take this quick break, please like that video, share it. And if you check it, you see that you have never really subscribed. This may be the time. I won't be long, just a minute or two. Right. So we have received further information about our brother Adeyinka Grandiot. And just like I told you yesterday, whatever is going on with Yinka's grandiose case must be a lesson to all of us. You see, this social media, don't get too carried away to get so used to issuing threats. And as we have been told, a bigger pass waiting than tell us so. So last, it was a case of jury's decision. And they found Yinka guilty. Adeyinka Grandiot. They found him guilty of 8 and incitement for genocide. The incitement to commit mass murder. That is a big thing. Among those things they collected from his house when they searched his house, which started from August 2019, something I have here as a reminder. So when they searched his property and what they found on his computers, what they found as materials are related to terrorism. And in this country, I just did research. In this country, when it has to do with terrorism, it's no longer about just the research. That was what make it really serious. So Scotland Yard, the Scotland Yard on counter or anti-terrorism were those who were handling the case. So 2 days ago, the jury, after all their evidence and what have you, they convicted him of 8 crimes. And in that 8 crimes, they were specific, hate towards Igbos, hate towards Fulanis, hate towards the English, which is the UK, precisely. And among the things they brought up, ladies and gentlemen, most of them are the materials that Yinka himself gave freely on social media. Among them, where he's calling on the Yorubas to kill the Igbos in Lagos and across Yoruba land for not voting for APC. This was the last stroke that broke his camel's back. Fact for fact, I don't care about your emotion. If your emotion they kick in now, and you just that no matter, they give you facts now, okay? If you want to run crazy, if you want to run mad, begin to run mad now. They type your finger in that comment section, because you see, now listen. Because at the end of the day, many of you are going to end up in that gallows because you don't represent the Yoruba people. We are not hateful people. We are so accommodating enough that it has worked for us as well, as much as it has also worked against us, just like being part of Nigeria has worked against every ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. You should never then turn out to hateful people and say, oh, no, you don't represent us. It is a warning. Yorubas are not terrorists. Yorubas are not killers. We may be very kind of, we may be angry and we express ourselves. We don't plot to kill, and we don't come outside to brag about people we are going to kill because they are not going to vote for one Arokeshi of Lagos. So he publicly said that they should kill all the Igbos in Yoruba land if they will never vote for APC, or they will never vote for Tinubu. That makes them automatic enemies of the Yoruba people. Now, this is its message, all right? If people have been, and government don't ignore such here, okay? So, according to him, right, one of his, I think they said this is one of his book, right? Where he said that, let me read it. Among the Igbos of Nigeria, an account of the curious and interesting habits, customs, and beliefs of a little known African people by one who has for many years lived amongst them on close and intimate terms. Now that's the part, right? It said, Omo Igbo disguised as a Yoruba with a fake name of, now this is another one, oh, not just that. Here is another one. The charges, yeah? And then there is the date back to that 2019.
You're not talking about...
Anyway.
I'm not okay because I don't know what I've done that will bring so many people.
All right. Let me explain to you. You're Adinka Shamaria. Adinka, we're arresting you this morning for some offences under the Terrorism Act, okay?
What is that? Terrorism?
Yeah. Let me explain to you exactly what they are.
So Scotland Yard counter-terrorism. I'm coming back to that. I've got what I wanted to bring up, right? Now, you see, when it came out in 2019 that if people don't vote for Yorubas in Lagos, the Igbos, they must be killed. It was talking about Tinubu and his party, right? It was talking about Tinubu and his party, APC, Egbekegbe, in Lagos and what have you. You remember that was the time that the Igbos were saying, no, we are not going to vote for APC. APC should lose Lagos. Everybody is saying that we are not going to vote for APC, not just the Igbos, by the way, right? So the same thing happened though. Oba of Lagos said, if we will not vote for APC, they were going to send all the Igbos into the lagoon. But that is not just the only thing. Oh. Do you know that in their own social media madness, right? They have also brought, they are not just talking about the Igbos and the Fulanis. Their social media madness has gotten to a stage where they have now categorized the Yorubas. You know what I mean? Me as I am now, if I tell them if I am a friend to the Igbos, I am not a full-blooded Yoruba by DNA. Do you understand? They now have what they called Liberian, no, it's all madness, like it's a mad word out there with them, right? Where they fantasize on their different fantasies about what Yoruba land or how the Yoruba nation should be achieved. So if I have friends now, if I am talking like I am now, I am not a full-blooded Yoruba. Somebody should help me. They have a name. Coach Jimmy, you may need to come out of the broadcast and go back in if your audio is acting up. And if you're having audio issue, please let me know generally. So their own kind of Yoruba nation has gotten to that point where if you don't accept Tinubu as the authentic Yoruba leader and then support him in all his political aspiration, then you are an automatic enemy of Yoruba. See the twist, though. That's the twist, though. Number one, if you're a Yoruba man, you must always know it at the back of your mind that Igbo man is your enemy. That is their own mentality of the Yoruba nation that they are propagating, just in case some of you don't know how lost, completely lost they have become. It's not just against Igbo, just if Igbos don't do this to Igbos. No. It's just beyond that. Except if you're not really listening to them. So if you don't accept Tinubu as the authentic Yoruba leader, then you are not a real Yoruba person. Do you understand? And they said, you are Yoruba liberal, Yoruba conservative. I beg, help me, guys, help me. Some of you have listened to them in the past. Yoruba liberal. You will see them. They will go on social media and they will be talking about me omo Jebu. Red-blooded Jebu mano. These cretins, these sadistic, hateful, lost souls that hide behind that tribal bigotry, they are not just talking about the Igbos and whatever. They are even talking about us, the Yorubas. Who among us are the real Yorubas? As in their book, I am not a real Yoruba. This one is not a real Yoruba. Unfortunately, Sadly, until it got to that point where they now said, well, you know, you have to go to jail for this. And there is another guy who is saying that he's now the acting president of their group. Acting president of their group. And he said people should know that they are Adeyinka grandiose. Every statement he made is for Yoruba land, is about Yoruba land, and people are now saying, how come he's making those statements from London? Why not make that statement in Ile-Ife? Make that statement or declaration, make them in Lagos, make them in Yoruba land, so that within there, the Yoruba law under Tifnumbu and gang can protect him. You don't make such outside in a very comfort zone to incite killings, baseless killings. Somebody was shocked earlier when they saw the terrorism. Well, it started from 2019. Just before we go to Lagos, just a refresher for those who probably haven't seen it before now. 2019 August.
Okay? I'm not okay because I don't know what I've done that will bring so many people.
All right. Let me explain to you. You're Adeyinka Shomari, yeah? Adeyinka, we're arresting you this morning for some offences under the Terrorism Act, okay?
What is that? Terrorism?
Yeah. Let me explain to you exactly what they are. And you'll understand why. Okay? Bear with me.
Under terrorism.
He's going to explain it to you, okay?
Just listen carefully. So I'm arresting you for encouraging terrorism and dissemination of terrorism publication. And that's contrary to Section 1 and 2 of the Terrorism Act 2006. I'm also arresting you for possession of a document likely to be useful to a person committing or preparing or instigating an act of terrorism. And that's contrary to Section 58 of the Terrorism Act 2000. And for stirring up racial hatred, which is contrary to the Public Order Act, Section 19 and 21, Public Order Act 1986. Right, I suspect you have published this type of material online. Okay? Right. And the necessity for the arrest is to allow the prompt and effective investigation of this offence and to prevent loss or damage to property. Right? So you do not have to say anything. It may argue defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which you later rely on in court, and anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
I do understand, but can I just dress properly?
Absolutely, you can. Yes.
Captain, you got the keys? Because I don't. I have publication online. I have my books.
Yeah.
That I've written, which are on Amazon. I don't do terrorism.
Okay, so you have books and publications which are online via Amazon, you're saying?
Yeah, that's what. And I advocate for Nigeria to return back to regional government, the system that we practice here in this country, whereby you have the Scottish Parliament, you have the Welsh Parliament, you have the Northern Irish Parliament, and you have the parliamentary system. This is what I'm advocating for, that we should go back there, because this is when the British left in 1960. This is what we had before the Igbo suspended the system and introduced the unitary system. And I'm saying that so many Yoruba are all over abroad. We're well educated, we can find job, and then the Hausa Fulani come into our space, they control all the jobs, and we are just wasting away everywhere. I gave my example.
Show me.
Yeah.
You have all the opportunity to talk about your political views and everything about
because it's very...
But now's not the point for that, Philip, so I want you to listen carefully to me, okay? Hear what you're saying, it's all been recorded, you've been cautioned, so you don't have to say anything. So I suggest right now that you know what's going to happen when we take you to the police station and we're going to talk to us there. But at this moment in time, it's probably not the time to tell us about your political
I do. I do. But it's something that I can be called, I can be invited, that for police to come around. Yeah. There's nothing that I do that warranted terrorism.
Okay. Well,
so am I being arrested? Am I being arrested?
What clothes do you want to put on?
Please.
What clothes?
So the jury disagreed with grandson or grandiose, right? There shouldn't be anything like 8 in asking for, regional system, asking for breakup of Nigeria. I mean, it's a lesson to everyone. If you know like a Fulani terrorist, Just say it clearly and be clear about Fulani terrorists. Okay? Don't say Fulanis should be this, should be that. That means you can be picked up for hate mongering in this country. If you go further to say, yes, we'll kill all the Fulanis and what have you, trust me, the digital footprints will find you and anything can happen. So that's why I said it's a lesson to everybody. All right? Call out Tifnumbu, call out Bokohari, call out everyone you want to call out. Yeah? They are called political views. Any view that says that, Yinka is angry that the regional system of government was abolished by an Igbo man, Agunyi Rosi. But what Yinka didn't learn from that history is the fact that, you should never be a prisoner of the same history. Those who are holding us down today, they are not Igbos. Those who give power to Bokohari, they are not just the Igbos. You have a strong man called Tifnumbu there. Are you with me? So when you want to learn from history, learn from history. Don't be a prisoner of it. Don't project your hate on people and claim to be defending your tribe. That is not how it works. And that is why somebody like me is always here to tell you that if you now won't fight, identify what you they fight for. Identify who you are fighting. You are fighting a rigged system, an imbalanced system in Nigeria that has brought a wanton poverty, destruction, and backwardness to so many indigenous people in Nigeria. People are angry. People are raging. People are trying to express their displeasure with this arrangement. But the political class who cut across every tribe continue to suppress that. If you tell yourself that truth, right, that means it is the system. It is not the people who come from the tribe of those actors and actresses who sold you off. I'm just saying it. I have always been very clear, and that is why I call this place the Temple of Truth. All right, my videos, my content, they are very accurate enough, very clear enough for you to know what you want to pick. So if you say Maiyegun is next, Maiyegun is next, you have to compare. Are you with me? That means you want me next because you want, because I am talking about Tifnumbu, I am talking about Bokohari, I am talking about people who gave no damn about you. That is personal. You cannot charge me for anything. If you say I hate Bokohari, that is why I'm criticizing him. Well, Onyibo will disagree with you. If you say I hate Tifnumbu, that is why I'm criticizing him. Well, the law will disagree with you. Are you with me? Because if I tell you to reject Bokohari, reject Tifnumbu, reject APC, Egbe, Al-Qaeda People's Congress, People's Congress, and the rest, right? These are political views that says reject them, whatever it takes, and reject them. People will no fee build you orthopedic hospital. Well, they get orthopedic hospital for Lagos. And when I was surfing the internet, I found this picture. Yeah, this is a national orthopedic hospital. Where is it? In Bobi, Lagos. So if the signboard to the Bobi hospital, where they correct leg, if the thing don't bend, if you love your life, you will never take anybody there. But again, where you go take them to? Tifnumbu Yoga had to come to London to come and get walking stick in order for him to be able to walk again. You get what I mean now? So if anybody is asking that something should happen to Maiyegun, it will be because I'm talking about criminals. And if you have to report me to anyone, you will have to go and report me to the people I'm talking about. Like this. When this guy came out and he said, you and him, you're supposed to waka. For what? For peace. And everybody said, we would rather work for justice instead of working for peace. He went to his daddy. Daddy, I went to the Lagosians, so I told them that we need peace. We all need to peace. We need to work for peace. But the response on social media are crazy. People say, make I call you, make you come work with us. And so Baba felt like, with which leg? Jide, which leg I go take work with you? You need to go and find a way. You need to go and find a way. If you have me to go and work with, work for peace, work for peace. People want justice. they denied those they killed at Lekki Toll Gate. Same way they have been denying justice and wielding it the way they wanted, and they believe they can get away with it. Are you with me? Since Baba no fit walk, this was where Jide they call all his fans. Walk with me, walk for peace, blah, 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 blah.
Legendary song.
Meanwhile, there's actually one I wanted to share with you first, just for the record. The same Jide Sanwoolu in 2020, who spoke to the CNN about the Lagos massacre, which was the Lagos Lekki Toll Gate NSAS protester killings. Jide was talking to the rest of the world before Jide changed his story. I'll tell you why Jide changed his story. But the credit to this video goes to CNN.
Branch of security services carried out the shootings.
Well, I mean, from the footage that we could see, because there are cameras that are at that facility.
Everyone sit down, sit down.
It seems to me that there will be men in military uniform, which will be Nigerian army or something.
So you're saying that it was military officers who ordered peaceful protesters be shot at Lekki?
Yeah, that's what the pictures,
Tollgate.
yes. They were there. That's what the footage, I mean, that's what it shows.
Will that CCTV footage at the tollgate be part of the investigation that you have now called for?
It will be. Certainly it will be. It will be. And they're starting on Monday. They're going to be available for the judicial panel to review. It will be.
Do you commit to a full investigation of what happened on the ground?
Absolutely. I do.
And will people be held accountable?
They certainly would. I mean, we'll do everything to ensure that they are held accountable. We'll do everything.
It's a very simple question. Will they be held accountable?
Well, I mean, to the extent that I'm not the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, I mean, I'm the governor of the state, right? The report will be out. We will channel the report to all the relevant authorities in the state to ensure that everyone that is found culpable is accountable for the act.
Since 2017, they've been announcing that the SARS unit has been disbanded. They announced in 2017.
That was Jide in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to see Jide Sanwoolu in 2021? Story don't change. I'll tell you why.
Legendary son of the last Seun Kuti. I will also want the commissioner of police, Mr. Akin. I want the commander.
No vex. I never become too professional yet, okay? Let me give you the kind of forward, yeah? So, after Jide told CNN and the world in 2020 that he is set up a panel to probe all the atrocities so that people can be, at least there will be report to say people do this, people did that. After Jide publicly confessed on the TV there, that indeed there were soldiers there, he invited them all. Jide's government came out and they denied everything. Now, so Jide come to say the report of his own panel is assumption. Haha. Jide Sanwoolu, he can't say make people come to work out with him. Work for peace. Peace. Go and peace. Work for peace.
Legendary son of the last Seun Kuti. I will also want the commissioner of police, Mr. Akin. I want the commander of the RRS, CSP Yinka Egbeyemi, to join me on this historic map for Abuja, Lagos. Nobody will build this city for us. No nation will build the state for us. Let us show the world who we are. No foreign media will change negatively our narrative. We are Lagosians, a people of great renown, driven by the irrepressible spirit of Lagos.
Jide are all right. But you think it's only Jide that is not okay. Jide is acting to, in fact, Jide is doing everything they told us he would do about him and all of that. I am still coming. Jide went to Lasu when all these celebrities rejected him. One of the people that Jide is calling on to help him come and walk off shame in Lagos, Mr. Macaroni Debo, they beat the guy blue-black. The guy was there, answers, and police brutality. He was speaking grammar. I'm a celebrity. He was supposed to be a celebrity. Then put him inside their truck. Like as if to, many people were there too. They beat him. This guy said, if you know what they were telling him, policemen, Nigerian police, one of them even recorded Mr. Macaroni Debo. He recorded him, say, Debo, you that you are a celebrity. Policeman, no, when they put him inside that van in 2020, he was recording him. Debo, what is all this? Debo, you that you have you are a celebrity, people know you. When did you bring yourself to this level? Look at your life, Debo. Look at what you have done to your life. Now look at where you are. That was why Debo, Mr. Macaroni, in that video, it was like that. They don't slap him, beat him up. Jide Conde invite him to come and work with him. After rejecting the report of that panel, he said, let's work together. When people said, Jide, so you dey mad. If you want anybody to work with you, go and call your godfather. But since the godfather no fit waka well, I don't know how many kilometers, how many meter Tifnubu will be able to waka if they are wakaring for peace. Jide just decided to go to Lasu. If all of una say, if you say una no go play with me, I get other people will go agree with me. Guess what? It even turned Jide to musician. Can you believe that? Lasu said, Governor, we go work with you.
Thank you very much.
Nobody be like no school great like ewo lasuna elele. On top say they want to cover up. But somebody did tell us. But all of you will start laughing now because that's how you were laughing in 2019 when this guy was fighting for his life. Say people, move, fight godfatherism. Let us break ourselves away from the blah 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 blah. People say, Baba, calm down. You are a product of godfatherism. How you want to fight something where you say you be product of? Who go gain? Who go win? When then they put you together, how many of us and then call? But the guy warned us when he became desperate. He said, oh boy, now madman, they won't take replace him. He cried.
And the only way out for us is to continue to do that in the next 4 years. This particular aspirant, as you all know, you can go and check it, the records are there. This is somebody that has been arrested for spending fake American dollars in a nightclub in America. And he's been detained for months. And he knows that he has won mock shots for months before this whole thing was quenched. He's also known that he doesn't have the competence to do what he's being propelled to do. The records are there in Bokohari General Hospital. This is somebody that has gone for rehabilitation before. We don't want to go too far, but we know, and we know. Now the truth is this. We don't want to talk about all the things that we know, but we know that, our leadership should have a rethink. Because the truth is this, I will not stand here on the mandate of Lagosians and then allow our great party APC to fritter away that opportunity.
Charlie boy. But this ain't Charlie boy, so Mumu don't too much. Charlie boy, now Mumu not too much. You be Mumu. You think say they wise.
You are a mumu man. You are a mumu man. And then throw the tear gas if something way bad for issue. We just pray. They say our mumu done too much, our mumu done too much. You be mumu, they call other people mumu. They never show you say you be mumu. Nigeria is not for Desani. Nigeria is not for Charlie Boy. Nigeria is not for Goodluck Jonathan. Nigeria is not for...
Nigeria is not for you. Somebody said they miss somebody. That's why they be. Some of you go soon, they miss Buhari. Some people don't, they miss Abacha. That's how bad. He never gets well. I mean, never gets really good anymore. He never gets any better. Now, Nigeria. But Ambode said, somebody we get case for Bagada Hospital. He said, go there. We don't want to go too far. He didn't want to go too far. If to say they allow Ambode to go too far, maybe some of you today, maybe all of you today, you have an idea. You see all the drama. So we could hear this and that and what have you. The same person who faced the CNN to say Nasoja kill people. The same guy who pledged that whatever the outcome of the investigation will be, it will be implemented. The same guy came out and he said nobody died. It's all assumption. The same guy is now asking people to work with him. No be mental be that. Is that not mental? And that's how it is anyway. All across. So, last, they found the people that are ready to work with them. So they're going to do the Lagos work very soon. And many of you are not actually doing Lagos work. You are doing swagger work. If you are caught up in it, no, they blame anybody. You get that? Do you get it? Anyway, I decided to take a trip to that Lagos, and a mega city. Something caught my eyes. Let me share that with you. 22 years of democracy in Yoruba land. So as a Yoruba man or a Yoruba woman, I don't know what you are preparing for. The criminals who never really changed anything. Our people are poorer. Our schools are ill-equipped. Our children are denied proper education. And at the end of the day, they said they are creating a world and future for them. You know there is no future for them because this is what I see, not any future. That is Lagos, the mega slum of Africa. That some of the Buhari idiots, the Lagos Abobakus, some of these Oshogbo Alimajiris, all these Lagos Agberus, all these executive omotas, that will tell you how Tifnumbu and gang have changed and turned the face of Lagos to, wow. Whatever it is, the same murderers who deny the death of the same citizens in that same city. Their parents won't deny them. They were asking, where are the parents of those who died? A camera caught this in Lagos today. They were the parents who were bold enough to come out and demand for justice. And it is significant. The one they denied, they can't be buried.
wanted, you must do it. Forgive the reform, and it's not the reform that has been answered by the tribunal. Our big someone. We are mothers, and we are mourning. There is no peace in the land, and you are calling for the world of peace. I beg to tell you, please do not seek justice for our children. No peace shall be in Lagos State. You turned our morning into night. You turned our joy into sorrow. These other women are cowards. We are not cowards. We are not cowards. We are not cowards. And we will show you that we are not cowards.
Until justice is done. Those are the courageous parents who came out after Sanwoolu decided to walk on the grave of their children killed and denied. May God forgive some of these, intentional supporters or enablers of this criminal. All of you are actually backing them up, continue to say nobody died or nobody died. We'll continue to pray for you. All right? I mean, if our prayer will make any difference, we'll continue to pray for you until maybe something like this, if you will say it should never happen to you, but maybe until it happens to you, then you probably will then know the danger of what many of you are trying to defend or protect, because nobody is safe. We'll pray for you.
Oshoni, Ajeni, Elebologuni, Amanishenini, Afaimanishenini, Wafiinsile.
So thank you to every one of you who actually turned up tonight for your time and for your contribution as well. This is where we're going to draw the curtain. We'll continue to monitor things as they, as they happen and as they go and as they affect every of the advocacy for good governance and, a better life, which everyone deserves. Nobody should be denied, the liberty, the right to life, which has now become so luxurious in Nigeria today. But majority won't, many are still kind of skeptical about it. But what we say is that we hope you won't be a victim before you realize it. We hope Nigeria will never happen to you before you come to your own reality. But until then, we would never stop talking. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to see you some other time. Again, you should all have a good evening. And stay safe. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.